All right. So we're going to get started with everybody's phones dinging as Sonya's final text message comes through.
Well. Disappointing to read, but...
I would like to take out my map. Can I try to find her without it freezing over?
Very much like that one time that you attempted to look up somebody else. The map turns into just a child's piece of what a pure imagination would look like.
Oh, she went there. Okay, close the map. Roll up map and I stick it in my jacket. Oh, hey.
Well, no matter what's happened, tomorrow still beckons. We push on. I still have some business to take care of around here, so I won't be moving on yet, but I cannot fault anyone else if they want to get on the road.
Don't gotta ask. But, I'll do the same. Hang around a bit. Dinner sounds nice before y'all part ways, go one way. I mean, my offer still stands if you guys are down for a road trip.
Yeah. I'll come in on that.
Nice.
And, well, the dinner's not going to be for like a week anyway, so we have time to do whatever else needs to be doing.
How many days have passed? Actually, out of game. It's only been 2 days?
Since when?
Since your chat.
Been less than a day.
Been less than a day.
All this has happened less than a day.
Yes.
Less than 24 hours, yeah.
But could have sworn you were a faster cook than that, Francis.
Well,
You'd make breakfast in 5 minutes.
I wanted it to like commemorate opening the restaurant again, so that I'd have, professional equipment to use again.
Ah. Fair enough. How goes that process anyways? Red tape been cut away yet?
There's still a thing or two I need to pursue to that end, but it should be cut soon.
That's good. You did put in a lot of hard work into that place.
Yeah, that's why I'm hesitant to leave on the road trip, as you say. Is it the road trip, or is it just get gone?
It could be a one-way plane ticket or bounce around here every once in a while, every couple years. You could leave someone else to manage it while you go open up a new business, Start somewhere fresh. Maybe next place you can have a pastry shop, or hey, heard of this thing called sushi?
Yes, I've heard of sushi. I know what this is.
I didn't realize it was eldritch knowledge of... It is just food. But yeah, who knows if this is a road trip or a permanent uprooting or somewhere in between. I don't know what way the wind's gonna blow until it starts blowing,
For that. And with that, Lark is gonna head out. He's kind of hungry, very hungry. I would like to go on a hunt. Through schools, alleyways, anywhere she can find someone a little secluded. That's all right.
So you're gonna leave the Hollow?
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna find anyone here.
I mean, it is getting late in the evening. So, and it is a small town, Hanover, so even the busiest streets now are going to be somewhat secluded. People are not necessarily night owls in the autumn in New Hampshire.
Yeah, I just thought about that. There's no clubs in New Hampshire. Is there any clubs? A bar?
There's a bar in Hanover, yes. The one that Jimmy frequents and plays music at occasionally.
Okay, I'll head there first. I'm also gonna change up my look a little bit. Thankfully, I do have mirror skin, so as she's walking out, she kind of just runs her hands through her hair. It goes from that half black, half red to like a dirty blonde. Her tattoos start to ooze away into something different, a little bit more bubbly looking. Her eyes change color. Looks like an entirely different person now. Maybe someone you've
How
seen,
much
someone
glamour
you
does
didn't.
that cost? So, actually, I do have to ask. I need to know how much glamour you have after spending that 1 point.
I have one left. Just one.
All
And none
right.
of my other contracts.
Do you still
Why?
have wound penalties? Like,
Yes.
how injured are you still?
Not. What's one slash again?
That's bashing, which
Bashing.
would have
Yeah,
healed
you-
by now.
Okay, yay. So I'm good. Full health. Woohoo!
It was just full bashing, apparently.
I had 5 bashing.
All right. So, I mean, after spending that little bit of glamour,
No, come on. Let me just have this with no strings attached.
What?
your appearance changes, and I'm assuming you're doing this in like the confines of your own house, or are you just doing this as you walk down the streets?
In the confines of my own house. I need to be more detailed and word what I say.
Yes, you do. So, from your domicile, where are you heading?
To the nearest bar. Need to find me a drunk.
Well, as stated, there is the bar that Jimmy frequents, and they usually have a few people there. It's not the most happening of place, but then again, it's Hanover.
Alright. I would like everything costs is a thing. Alright, well I should be able to sense this. How's the vibe in there towards people?
It's
Is it
a
just
rel-
friendly, just good?
It's a very calm night. People are listening to the jukebox play since there's no live music. A couple of people are up at the bar chit-chatting with a man who's wearing a Junction t-shirt.
Hey. I should have rung you here. Okay. No one hungover, huh?
No. Anybody here is still in the process of getting drunk. The hangovers may come tomorrow morning.
Alright, awesome. Just buy me a Guinness, sit at the bar, and just keep track of a few people and see how far they'll go.
Give me a perception roll. As you kind of look about the bar, everything seems mostly calm, with the exception of 2 people that seem to be having a very, very heated debate in the corner, but you can't make out what they're saying. The music's just loud enough.
Alright. Okay, yeah, she's just gonna hang here for a bit. Really just about it. Keep track of that couple, at least those 2. And
Those-
anyone dozing off.
Nobody seems to be quite at the point where they're dozing off. As stated, these two individuals, they both appear to be men in about their 30s and medium builds, nothing too spectacular about their builds or anything like that. And their argument seems to be rather heated, couple of times there's been fingers in faces, people slamming hands down on the table. The bartender is also somewhat keeping a close eye on the situation. As he kind of looks over at you. Don't worry. They always get like this. It usually doesn't ever escalate to blows, but even if it does, they're both lousy fighters.
Hey, I'll take a bet on that. If it does get that way, get drinking a show.
I wouldn't call it a good show. Like two toddlers throwing hands at each other.
Okay. I'll do presence and investigation. Would that make sense? That'd be okay. We'll just try it.
Okay, I could see a way that this works. It's just not going to be the best way.
I got one success.
All right, with one success, that is
One glamour.
One glamour.
one glamour.
Oh, yay! I have 2 glamour now. All right.
As
Ooh.
you
Ooh, I
kind
can
of
do
move
more.
up to them, it just seems like they want to be left alone. So as you kind of approach them to get close enough for the harvesting, they get more and more irritated as you're closer. Their emotions heighten a bit, and you're able to siphon a little bit of it off. But now they're shooting glares at you like, "Who the hell are you? Get the hell away from me!" type glares.
All right. And just raise my beer and just head on out.
While we leave Lark there, let's go back to the 3 that are still in the hollow. Lark has just left.
Great. Alright, whatever. As long as
Jimmy
she
is still drunk.
Actually, at this point, Jimmy,
Oh no.
give me stamina.
Oh. No.
The amount of alcohol you've consumed at this point, it's coming back up.
Can you,
Was close-
Francis, do
was
you mind
closest.
making sure he doesn't do anything stupid tonight?
The door was close to the door of the bathroom.
Do we even have a toilet in the hollow?
I know.
Might be a
I
bucket
pictured
in
it
the
as a
corner.
warehouse. Oh no, not on my side of the hollow.
I just scout out the front door.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't pass out somewhere, where he shouldn't.
Alright,
I've
we
been
appreciate it. I'm gonna...
I've been worse than this more times than I get to remember, don't worry. I'll be fine.
The problem is, what about the times you don't remember? I'm gonna do much the same. I'm going to go make sure that that goblin didn't get himself in any kind of trouble. We shouldn't have left him, should we?
What goblin?
Oh, what did you call him? The The lad that we saw a couple months back. Yeah.
Rum short stack.
Rob,
Here. Shh. Yeah, that's the guy.
where
Yeah.
did you leave Rum that you need to check up on him?
In the middle of the woods. I mean, I didn't really leave him there less than he left himself there, but I'm gonna make sure he did get into any trouble with the folk nearby, you know. I'm sure he can handle himself. He's been here a few months, but
Goblins can portal, right? If he's in trouble, he could just leave?
can goblins portal? I thought that was a changeling thing.
Yeah, that's a changeling thing.
Oh, okay.
Has to
So-
do with their ability to escape.
So they can't. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah. Where did we end up coming into the hollow from? Because that's pretty much where I would exit, right?
Yeah, it was just a random barn door on the way back, since your
Okay.
hollow can be entered through any door.
Yeah. Well, it shouldn't be too much of a walk. I don't even know how much moonlight we have left. I suppose at this point it's probably late.
You had left about sunset. So, it's gonna be early night, midnight, thereabouts.
Alright, well. At risk of leaving him overnight there unsupervised, I'm gonna head back.
Alright.
Keep him away from the alcohol. And you just, whisper that as I'm leaving.
I will make sure to give him lots of, Sprite and 7-Up and things that'll help settle his stomach. Chicken soup, yes, I'll make some chicken soup for you.
Alright, with that.
There's something that looks a lot like chicken soup down there if you want it. Oh.
So, Leon. Not too long of a walk. It is a decent hike, though. When you get there, it definitely looks like whatever service they were having is over. Cars have left the gravel area in front. Don't really want to call it a parking lot. Place looks dark on the inside.
Okay. It's probably empty then.
Give me a perception.
Yeah, the question is, does Rum understand that he can't just, take a nap in this random church? Dark times and a dark night.
Pretty much. But with your previous thought, I mean, he very well could be. He may have found a way to stay in there after dark for the best that you know.
Yeah. Place looks abandoned, so I'll walk up and... Does it have a window I can peek through, or is it just
It has a couple of front windows. It also has the front door if you wish to try that.
peek through the window first and see if there's... Because from what I remember, it was just a room, wasn't it? Or were there side rooms?
You only saw one main room. There were doors in the back that probably led to other more, secretive rooms. But my
Yeah.
air quotations there. But that's all you can really see with the very limited moonlight that you're getting, as this is in a, forested area.
Yeah. But nobody inside. Okay.
Not that you can see. However, even without a perception check, you could see that one of the back doors is open. There's enough light for that.
Do I want to break into this random cult's establishment in the middle of the night? I don't know if I do, but... I guess I'll try the door. It's probably locked, but I'll try the door.
The door is not locked. It opens.
Does it even have a lock?
As you kind of inspect the door, no.
Okay.
It's a secluded church in the middle of a forest. That's pretty much their level of security.
Yeah. Okay. Now, do I want to be safe about this?
You're in a forest in the middle of nowhere. What's safe?
Safe would be activating my invisibility contract again.
It's too late. The second you approach the door,
Well,
I'm not
just,
here, but still.
you know,
Safe.
the wind blew the door open. It's fine. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna use a contract. Using, Light Shy.
Alright. Is that a roll or is that just glamour?
It's just an instant action glam. I become invisible to the mind, affecting all senses.
How much glamour do you have left, too?
Because I needed to open a portal, 6. However, theoretically, I would still have some goblin fruit on me that I could eat. But at the moment, 6.
Alright. You are now invisible.
Unless they have a camera, then they're gonna see me afterwards. But that's fine. Well, not really that fine, but...
Doesn't look like this place has cameras, at least
Yeah,
none that you can see.
Don't see any CCTV. But yeah, I'll peek in this back open door to make sure there's not a long-fingered man curled up in the corner.
This door leads into what looks like a hallway. It has several rooms with doors that... Some doors are open slightly, other doors are completely closed. But outside of that, it looks like this hallway loops around. So it's essentially a giant U shape behind the large front room. At least that's what it looks like as you kind of see the other door to your right, since it was the left door that was open.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll start peeking through these open doors to see if there's anyone home, or I suppose while I'm here, see if there's anything that might give me some more information about whatever it is they're worshipping here.
Alright. Most of these rooms seem to be mostly storage units. It's about the second room that you do actually see Rum digging through some of these crates, etc., picking up little artifacts, little tokens of the sun, looking at them, putting them back down sometimes. Sometimes they go into his pocket. He's like, at this point, he's looking at what looks to be a golden chalice of some sort.
Okay. If I interrupt him, he's gonna, yell. His greeting, as typical. I'll leave him to his own devices for now. Because I don't trust him yet to not be stupid. And I'll take a peek through the rest of the rooms just to make sure there's nobody here that is going to kill him when I...
Most of these rooms are unlocked. A couple of these rooms, outside of storage, they definitely seem to be more like meeting areas. There are two specific doors that are completely locked, though. One of them is a very small door. Almost looks like it might be a supply closet, if you were to hazard a guess with how, small the door looks. And then there's a very large set of doors. The large set of doors has a chain and padlock on it, while the other door also has a padlock. I mention these padlocks because you do take notice of something. The big doors with the padlock looks old, while the one on what you would assume is a supply closet is one of those very, very modern padlocks where you need like a set of keys and a specific numerical code to be able to get in. But
Okay.
outside of those two locked doors, you haven't seen anybody.
Well, I suppose that's the end of my exploration, because I don't think I can break in. And even if I could, I don't know if I want to. Alright, I'm gonna return to Rum and make sure he's alive, and...
At this
I
point,
suppose...
he's pulled out a rather nice looking sword with golden handle. A gigantic sun motif is emblazoned on what would be the pommel. You even hear a slow from him as he's looking at this thing.
Alright, I guess I will drop the contract by starting to speak to him, and humans look down upon stealing.
He gives a quick jump and kind of holds the sword in between his fingers and points it at you. Oh, Leon, gave me a fright there. What are you doing here?
Wondering why you're breaking into this place.
I didn't break
looting
in.
back rooms.
I didn't break in. They just lost sight of me, and I hung around. They got some interesting stuff here, and he waves the sword carelessly at you.
Yes, however, that does not mean it's yours to take. I saw you putting things in your pockets.
Just trinkets here and there. I'm sure I can get a price for them at the markets.
They're not yours.
Why does that matter?
I somehow wish I could just give you goblins a book on how to be human sometimes.
Does such a book exist?
If it does, I haven't found it yet. Yes, they may have been sitting here. However, I'm sure their previous owners are not going to be too pleased when they find them missing.
And that means what to me? They'll never find me.
Okay, but they did see you. Police are still a thing.
Police. He pauses and seems to be thinking over that word. Oh, those guys in the cars that have flashy lights and make loud noises.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, you draw attention to yourself through crime. The freehold's not going to let you stick around either in the hotel.
He kind of sighs as he kind of puts the sword back, and he starts emptying his pockets, which are much deeper than you might have imagined. We got some nice stuff, though. So, where are we off to now, my friend?
I'm off to bed after I've now confirmed that you're perhaps not doing anything sketchy. Well, not anymore, at least. Do goblins need to sleep?
We can, if we so desire.
Okay, well then, never mind. You've been poking around here, though. What do you think they're actually doing here?
Well, they have a lot of sun-related stuff as he kind of looks at all the stuff that he had just removed from his pockets, his fingers lingering on them a little bit longer. So, I mean... He pauses for a second. He's like, actually, let me show you something. Because I found something and I wasn't exactly sure what to make of it. And he proceeds to, do his normal walk as he leads you out of the room. He takes you to that supply closet. And he taps the lock with a finger, and the lock kind of just pops open.
Things are usually locked for a reason, my friend.
Yeah, that's where the most interesting things are.
You worry me sometimes.
Kind of moves the lock off the door and opens the door with one finger. As the light begins to pour into this room, it is definitely still the size of a supply closet. But no supply closet you've ever seen has medical grade scalpels, IV bags. Basically everything that you would see in a state-of-the-art hospital.
Well, it appears to be a hospital room. I mean, we are out in the middle of the woods. Can't imagine response time's great out here.
I don't know anything about any of those words you just said, but I do know that we are out in the middle of the woods in a place that is supposedly made for peace and learning. I don't see why they would need so much.
I mean, why did you need all that stuff you were grabbing earlier? People are people are varied, their reasonings are varied. If I had to hazard a guess, we're off in the woods. This group is likely not operating in the entirety of the public eye. Given I've never heard of them before. I mean, they may see to their own members. And healing is something that humans have to do.
Yeah, Rum kind of
It's a bit suspicious, of course. Well, I don't want to say suspicious. It's odd to be in such a small door, but I suppose renovations or, use what space you have.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, great. Should I willpower this? No. I have faith.
Your faith has been well rewarded. You hear the door that you came through, the front door, shut. And then you begin to hear the boards creak. Definitely footsteps. And your ear is sharp enough to hear the soft clank of metal.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of, do the whole, to rum here.
Why are you shushing me?
You are once again. Your ability to not perceive context astounds me.
What context did I miss this time?
I already know we're here, so let's explain ourselves.
Rum shuts the door and he clicks the lock back on it. And he proceeds to make his way out the other way. If you came in on the left side, he's going out through what would be the right side if you were facing the doors in the main room.
I'm gonna follow him because I don't trust him to leave my sight right now.
Pushes open the door and just makes his way into the main room, and he kind of stops. And he goes, Leon, I think this one's for you. And he kind of begins to back up.
Well, maybe if you had kept your voice down, it wouldn't be for me. I'm gonna, I guess, come around the corner. Who's here?
A very ready-skinned, red-headed teen kid. His armor still as black as skeletal as the day.
Well, I'm unsheathing the sword.
It's been
come to die again, friend.
He lifts up your eyeball and spins it in his fingers. If I remember correctly, you're the one that died. By your own hand, admittedly, but this time you won't be so cowardly, will you? And he tosses the eye up in the air and catches it before pocketing it.
Depends. Have you come to resort to cowardice tactics again? Such as betrayal?
I never betrayed you.
I seem to recall, by definition, you did, back in that field. But, semantics aside...
He draws his sword at this point. Good. We're actually gonna have a fair fight. You're not gonna pull out that little shotgun of yours.
And didn't need it last time. Seem to recall you dying in, but two single chops last time. See if we can make it one this one.
And before we roll initiative, let's go back to Francis and Jimmy.
So I guess I'll be, well, we're still in the hollow and we're leaving. Gonna take him back to his apartment. Do I know where that is?
Yes. You do. You went there.
Oh, yeah.
I do actually have a question, though.
Uh-huh.
Jimmy, do you have any mementos laying around the apartment? Pictures?
Inevitably.
All right. Francis, you take him back to the apartment that him and Sonya shared.
Yep.
You are the first to notice. It's a bedside photo frame. The reason you notice it first is because, well, inebriation tends to slow people down a little bit.
Yeah, Jimmy's back in the bathroom.
He made a beeline for the restroom, so he hasn't noticed it.
Just this voice from the ether. It's beautiful. Help yourself.
Alright, well, what do I see? What am I noticing?
It's a photo frame and it has a picture of him and Sonya in it.
Oh, I see. I was expecting something different. Something changed.
No.
Well, it's his stuff. I don't want to just move it. I guess I'll just face it down. The ones I see, I suppose.
It's not too long till Jimmy is able to control himself and make his way out of the bathroom.
And that's what we always called a tactical. You want a drink?
Yes, well, you have had way too much. You need to get to bed.
I've been far worse than this before. Like I say, we call that one a tactical.
Well,
Get it out.
I don't deny you haven't been this drunk before, but you have another issue you're also dealing with that probably is going to make this situation a bit worse. So I think you should sleep on it and then face it tomorrow with a clear head.
Yeah, all right. And yeah, Jimmy's just going to walk into. We'll just walk around to the bed and just fall on it horizontally, face first.
Just immediately out like a light, or
It's probably a moment, and then muffled. Francis,
Yeah.
you right crashing here for the night?
Fine with me. I don't mind. Your friend. Keep an eye out. Make sure you don't drown in your own vomit.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll take his shoes off. And then I'll go sleep on a couch or something.
There's probably an arm gesture. It's like pointing to a cupboard. There's blankets.
it's also at this time that you get yet another text message on your phone, Francis.
Oh, who is it now?
Lemmy.
Let me again. She's up late.
She's like, I haven't heard back from you. I'm sorry, I'm sorry if I was too forward in my first message. If you're not interested, you're not interested. But I texted Sonya earlier today, and I haven't gotten a response back. Do you know anything?
So I will answer this time. Hey, sorry I didn't get back to your earlier text. Was going through some issues on my side. I heard some things about Sonya. I think she and Jimmy are having a falling out. So now may not be the best time. It's end.
It is pretty late, so you probably are gonna fall asleep before the next text message comes in.
Hmm.
The next morning comes around all too soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Jimmy's the first one awake, which then of course wakes Francis with the loud sounds of groaning.
And emerges later silently, makes his way to the fridge, to the freezer, and takes out a pot of ice cream. And just.
Uh-huh. Feeling it now, huh?
You have no idea.
Let's see. What's good for a hangover? Heavy breakfast, right? I'll make a heavy breakfast. What do you have in here? I'll open his fridge, pantry. What's he got?
As you very much would expect, it's actually immaculately kept. Very organized, very clean, as you would expect. Just your nothing super name brand, obviously, just mostly store-bought stuff.
It's an order of expiry.
Well, that's certainly clever.
Yeah. Guess who did that?
I don't think I need to guess. Listen, I'm really sorry for what you're going through. I can't say that I've been there. I can't say that I understand. Only that I'm sorry and I'm here if you need me.
No, thanks. I appreciate it. I just about remember asking you to crash over. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Anytime. So, cooking.
Wits,
Check the phone.
Go ahead and give me wits plus whatever you use for your cooking.
It was expression. It's one. Oh, one success. It is breakfast.
It is. I wasn't doing that to see if you would actually make the breakfast.
Oh.
It is better than what you would normally make. Despite maybe the
subpar ingredients?
Yeah. I was trying to pedestrian.
Yes. A real cook can make a glorious meal out of scraps.
That's good, thank you.
As for your phone, you have a message from Lemmy. Or text message. Oh my god, what happened between them? Why isn't Sonya answering though? Sonya always answers.
Jimmy, do you know Lemmy very well?
Not really.
Not really.
Came over from time to time. It was usually kind of they'd watch, they'd drink a bottle of wine and watch Pretty Woman. It was, I disappeared.
Well, she's texted me. She's worried about Sonya. She's not answering her calls. I know why, but I can't exactly, share certain information. All I said was, you two were going through issues at the moment.
That's one way of saying it, but no, I'm yeah, I mean, say she left her phone here. I didn't want to have a look at it. I didn't want to answer it. I felt wrong.
So I'll text. Well, I'm at Jimmy's right now, hanging out. I guess Sonya left her phone and Jimmy didn't feel the urge to answer it. I don't know where Sonya is right now, which is not a lie. Send.
While we wait for that reply, is there anything else that the two of you want to do?
I'm going to silently, well, relatively silently chow down. Just, nod towards Francis, an acknowledgement that the food's pretty good.
I used the stuff on the far other side of the expiration order. I'm sure she would not appreciate that, but, standards are standards.
Sorry, it's not exactly artisanal farmers market.
No, that's fine. Home cooking has its own charm. There are plenty of restaurants I've been to that cater to that home cooking style, and they do just fine. It's just not what I'm particularly good at.
Tastes good to me. I appreciate it.
Tori, you back?
Yep. Hello.
Alright, so we're going to pick up with Lark having left the bar.
Okay. Leaving the bar. Just gonna open up my map to see where everyone's at. Except for Sonya, obviously. But first off, the hunter.
The huntsman just seems to be somewhere in the hedge. You're not necessarily familiar with the geography of where he's at in the hedge.
Okay. Next, Jimmy and Francis.
Jimmy and Francis, they seem to be in Sonya and Jimmy's old apartment.
That's about right. Not going there. And Leon.
Leon seems to be where you first met him today, back at the church.
Yeah, it was hard to get him away from there, so figured.
There's two individuals very nearby him. One of them, you can probably assume maybe is Rum. It has a different marking just because it's not a changeling.
Oh, we have symbols. Cool.
So you know that
Alright.
there's another changeling in the area with him. And then a goblin.
Does that other changeling symbol, like, what is it like? Does it show like a maple leaf for autumn, like an ice crystal for winter? Like,
No, nothing of that nature. Just says that it's a changeling.
okay, making new friends. I'm gonna go back to the hollow.
Alright. Nearby doorway, just duck in and spend your point of glamour.
Wait, it costs glamour to go home?
It's always costs a point of glamour to go to the hollow from the real world.
Oh, what? Can I get a discount if I use that hotel?
The hotel has already opened portals, so yes, that would be free if you go through the hotel, but then you have to go through some probably goblin's room.
And then go through the hedge to wherever the hollow is.
doing this. You know what? I'm gonna go back to the bar, actually. I'm gonna head towards the women's bathroom.
All right. The woman's bathroom is relatively clean.
Relatively. Yeah. There's always a mirror. How big
Yes.
is it?
Standard half body above the sink. Much longer than it is tall.
Alright, you know where this is going. I want to mirror walk. 1 glamour, 1 willpower, what's survival, and weird.
So give me that roll.
Do I have anything in survival? Yes, I do have something in survival. Thank God. I need to stop not putting things where they're supposed to be. Okay, good. 1 success.
All right. 1 success. Where exactly are you heading in this?
You have just finished listening to this week's episode of Changeling the Lost 2nd Edition. Once more into the Hedge, part of the Domain Gaming's Contagion Anthology. Written and told by Wyverian. A special thanks to you, the listener, and if you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. And as always, comments are welcomed. Until the next chapter, don't stop asking yourself, how do you find the lost beauty in the agony of this life?